Come on in, like, comment, and subscribe. Watch me rebuild my life one brick at a time. I'm on this journey paving.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy Throwback Thursday. Welcome back to the Readyroxx Rebuild series. This series taking place all throughout July of 2025. Tonight, I'll be going live. If anybody wants to be on the panel, I got one person so far. Anybody else wants to join the panel, now is the time to email me. The email is going across the screen, readyroxx55@gmail.com. And you are welcome to be there with me to tell your story or to just be there to keep me company. You don't even have to show yourself. The title today is I Left My Husband. 5 years before I left the relationship emotionally, physically, mentally, intimately, all of that in 2020. So that's why I titled it I Left My Husband 5 years before I left my husband. I physically left the house of May 22 of 2025. I had been pre-planning it. I had been planning to go in 2021 when my daughter passed. We was saving money. We was making plans. I even thought about seriously moving to Puerto Rico, and she was game to go with me. Now, would have happened? Would she would have changed her mind, or I don't know if her boyfriend would have went at the time, or any of those things, but those were the plans. So when she passed away, of course, that knocked everything back, knocked everything down. It was like everything was stuck. I was discombobulated. And when I started to kind of gather myself 6-8 months later and started looking, it was hard because it was really, really a serious thing that they put in place where you had to make 3 times the rent. They wanted to be able to prove that in black and white. Okay. So yes, that's what another thing that put a hold on that move. Okay. I wanted to do a deep dive into this part of it, especially for the people that don't know about it. And I want to readdress it to the people who do know something about it, And a lot of you guys are married or have been married. And some of you are in successful or happy or decent marriages now, and I'm happy for you. And I pray that that continues. If you have a partner, especially if you're married to that partner and everything is really good, it's no negativity, no trauma, no deceit, no cheating, no abuse. And then I'm all for it. I love to see it in all couples, young and old. But I advocate heavy for people that's single and out here looking or dating because there's a lot of mess going on. So I'm going to go and let you guys understand why this marriage was over. It pretty much was over before it began. But since I was in my own head and thinking that I knew what was going on as far as the past. Now, I'm not the type of person that's going to meet some man and I've just met for the first time, and just because he make me smile and spend money and seem like a nice person, that I'm going to really just let my guard down fast. I don't do that. But I didn't realize, or I didn't want to realize. I wanted to believe that this man was the same man, but stronger, wiser, with more money, or just as much money as he had then, because he had money back then in the 90s, in our 20s and stuff. So it wasn't that. I was just giving him the benefit of the doubt, and just wanted to believe that he was better, because we both had been knocked down and been through some things, ups and downs. And I don't know his whole story. He didn't know my whole story. We was really pretty much catching up. But from what we knew of each other back in our 20s, everything was good. There was never any enough information out or any type of situations that happened between us that was negative for me not to even think about connecting or talking or catching up to see if he okay and what's been going on. That's all it pretty much was. But it was also good to the point where it would let me to believe, as a woman recently separated, not even 3 months prior, it really feeling like I was healed from it, like I was really okay, moved on. I was okay with not having my first husband, as much as I felt like I was in love with him. I was okay with that and didn't want to go back to that because it was too traumatic to be like, taking a chance on him change his mind again if it really wasn't what he thought he wanted again. And I feel like 2 or 3 times trying to reconcile or, separate, get back together, separate, get back together. After the third time, it's pretty much a wrap then. Right now, I'll have no topics. It ain't no 2 times and all that. It's one for me. So that's why I messed up at. I messed up thinking that I knew this man from back in the day. He can't be none but better now. Why? Because he's older. Bullshit. So anyway, at the end of the day, you got to vet people. I don't care how many years you known them, know of them, and you ain't been around them on a daily basis or communicating with them to the point where it's like you in their life and know what's going on with them consistently throughout the years, then you don't know them. And even then, even your own husbands at home, you don't know really every little thing that they doing. And you might have been with them 15, 25 years. I know you would like to believe that you don't think your man doing nothing wrong or did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I would love to believe it too, but just never be surprised if you ever find out. Just hope and pray that your health is intact and he didn't give you nothing to take you out of here or make you very uncomfortable throughout your years of living on this earth. That's about the best thing we have, because we put our belief and trust in people and we don't really understand or count the cost that you're really putting your life in another person's hands. That's literally what you're doing. You telling that person that you think so much of them, that their word is gold and bond, that their word is bigger and deeper than God. Because there's no way in the world, knowing what I know now, that I will ever date anybody and say what they want to do or not do. You wouldn't do that. No, you don't know what they would do. And just know they're capable of anything. So once I reconnected with Tony, I felt like he was the same person but older. I felt like he was been through shit and been hurt and was finna get married and it didn't happen, and she did him like this and he found out and he was hurt and he went through another relationship and it didn't work out and this happened and he left, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like he was tired, because at this point I'm 49 and he's 4 years under me. We both got a little experience under our belt with relationships or marriages. Okay. So I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying? Now we dating and everything good. We kicking the bobos every weekend because I'm not living with him. I'm 2.5 hours away, but he'll come see me every weekend for those like 2.5, 3 months. And then we decided that we should move to the next level. And he invited the whole family. You're going to come down here, because it made sense for me to move with him and not him move with me, because he worked for the city. He had a job. I didn't have no job. He was willing to take care, and you know what I'm saying, and possibly, marriage was on the table. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to get married. It was like, okay, everything goes smooth like we feeling like it is, especially with our past. And it should have been you all the time. And I wish we could have did it then. And, and back then he showed it, you know what I'm saying, present himself and show me in the way, especially as somebody in their 20s. You'll think that person really like you. All the while they really like you. They're going to play the part. They're going to say this and they're going to do whatever during that time. But all the while they still got stuff going on. Now, me not thinking about that, me not knowing, I was honest enough to tell him I can't move on to do nothing else with you, even though it feel right, because I'm seeing somebody and I'm not going to stop seeing them to be with you, because I've been with this other guy way longer. You could be putting on your, representative and it's all good now, but then I find out later, I just won't do nobody like that. Especially that's how I felt. I was doing what I wanted to do to make me feel good. Something I wanted to do. It wasn't about him or the other guy. It was about me. So now here we get a chance to do it. Maybe this is why my first husband didn't work out. It was only for a season. It was for me to learn a lesson. It was for us to help each other and grow, and have this experience. And, because to this day, me and my first husband is really, really cool. We like family, as we should have always stayed, in my opinion. Now, knowing what I know, we should have just stayed that same way. Because when you relocate somewhere and you meet somebody and they from Chicago and you from Chicago, you kind of, you resonate with some of the things and you kind of like, connect on that. You communicate, you got to feel the little bond. You build from that. And then you meet some people, other people, and everybody you meet that got something in common with you, especially being from another city and you all out here from somewhere else, you're going to connect on that. I'm talking about men and women. I was connected with people that was from Chicago when I relocated all the time. Now I'm not, I would never do that now. We're talking about 2005, 6, 7, 8, and stuff like that. Now, 2025, I'm not reconnecting and resonating with nobody to the level where I'm going to be in their life and they at my house all the time. I'm at their house and we hanging out, we drinking. No, 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 no. I don't have no desire for that. No way. But if I did, I hope that the wisdom that I have now and the knowledge and knowing how people are, I have way more better understanding of people and relationships and men and all that type of stuff way better than I did back then. So when I get up here, family moved, whole family moved in. Tony got a new place for us. It wasn't really big enough, but it was big enough to do, just like here, it's big enough to make it do what they need to do. And knowing that my daughter gonna find her own place, she's gonna be looking for a job. We don't expect her to be here no more than 6 months. You never know. It could have been a month, but it didn't work out that way. She ended up being there maybe 9 months or something like that. Anyway, as soon as I get here, May 1st of 2016, when I got there, right? I'm not there, I'm about here. When I got there, to May 1st, 2016, May 27th, when I found out the beast he really was. I ain't gonna get real deep into every little thing. I'll just give you all little snippets of little situations. I'm not gonna just talk about the whole thing because I don't want this video extra long. We're already on 11 minutes. So that was the first time I found out that he wasn't who he said he was. You had me come down here and you was courting me, dating me, and presenting yourself in the way that you wanted to marry me. And hopefully if it worked out, we will get married. You know, we were saying if we knew we wanted to get married, but we didn't know if something was going to transpire that would stop us from getting married. Like I would mess up, he would mess up, sort of thing, right? So at this point, I'm like, wow, it ain't even been fucking 20-some days. We talking about what, 26 days? If I came here May 1st and May 27th, I'm seeing you typing in real time, flirting with somebody at your job who is clearly a lesbian, and she's turning you down, and you want, and I approach you with it later that day. You say you ain't on doing nothing. You was only flirting, so yeah, it's not cheating. All that old gaslight manipulation type of crap. That's why I knew then it was. I knew it was, but at the same time, it wasn't like I could just pick up and go back to my apartment. If I had any sense, I would have kept my apartment. I would have had it in good standing and kept it for maybe 2 months. Maybe I could have kept it and let my nephew stay there. I don't know what I was really thinking back then, what his financial situation was, and mine wasn't enough to be able to keep it because I think I was paying like $300-400 in that place. But yeah, if I would have, could have, should have. So I couldn't go to my mom's house. She didn't have enough room for us. She only had 2 bedrooms, and my brother was staying there with her. But I'm sure if it had been like fire or really emergency, like we had got to really fighting or something bad happened, we could have went there and made powders on the floor. But that's no ideal way of living. So I stuck it out. So we had this. Then let's fast forward to November. That's May. Now we in November. Matter of fact, it was Thanksgiving. We had a good time. Company came over, my cousins and everybody. We cooked that night. Boom, phone ringing. I'm looking at text messages, and then his phone was open or something. I don't know how I got in there, but I seen all the messages from some woman. She was of African descent. I don't know what part of Africa or whatever. I know about Jamaica. I know she was from Africa, and all the love that they was expressing for one another. I was like, well, okay. But you present yourself to me as if everything is business as usual. Kiss me on your way to work, kiss me on your way back, text me, call me on your lunch break. Everything that couples do. You know how we do it. Not necessarily every single day in that order, but enough for it to be the routine. So when I find this out, you want to come into Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on some, you know what it is, and you know we got into it, and you call me out my name. Now you talking about something that happened in September. So we got the May thing, flirting with the girl at work. Fast forward to September, my birthday, we got into it, and I had big and I did call her BAN. Y'all know what BAN stands for. And now it's November. You want to bring that back up as if we kept talking about it from the day that I called you that we got into it, and we didn't rectify that, and we didn't say we sorry for both the things that we both did. You want to act like we didn't fix that allegedly, or decide to move on from that. you want to double back on some gaslighting in the relationship. So each time something happened, it further let me know what type of beast he was. But at the same time, I had to survive. I kicked in survival mode because even doing those little arguments that transpire about other stuff because he's a drunk. So on the weekend, he gonna kick something off. Whether it's the neighbors over playing cards, his mama over, me and him, it's gonna be something that's gonna kick off. And he'll get mad and try to put us out. He get to argue with me too tough. My daughter's gonna jump in if they're around. So he called the police on all of us. Of course, he couldn't put us out, but it's just a matter of time. If too much time go back, he might decide to really go down there and put papers on me. So fast forward a little bit, we talk about me finding my own place. Now, this is before all the marriage was. Me finding my own place. He gonna talk to the African girl. I can do me. He gonna give me time to find my place because he thinking it's gonna work out with her. I go and do what I do, which wasn't really much, but I did hang out with an old friend. I mean, I'm talking about somebody I knew since I was 5, and they happened to live like pretty much up the street. But it wasn't going away because he too was a drunk, and I got mad love for him. I hope he's okay to this day, but never would I would want from one drunk to another drunk. So, and then maybe 2-3 weeks later, he realized that that girl wasn't everything she said. She lied, manipulated. So he realized that he made a mistake and said he was sorry. I ain't give a fuck about that, but I want to secure my spot. So we decided to get married. And I only got married just to secure my spot. Like, you can't put me out now. I live here. I'm your wife. That's the honest truth why I married him. Not to mention if something happened to him, whatever little benefits I could get, insurance, from the job, insurance, whatever, from the VA or whatever the case may be. I was trying to look out for us just in case he break bad again, leave, or God forbid die. So yeah. Now, fast forward, we talk about arguments all the time, drinking, just starting shit, no matter who it is, what it's about. And I realized that's toxic. I'm like, damn, this is what y'all do. This is what you do. I'm sipping on wine. I'm happy drunk. I don't get drunk, pissy drunk. And I'm not realizing it's sad because he never showed that. But when you move in with a person, that's when you get to see a person, right? And then the arguments keep coming. Disrespect. He want to go hang out with his married friend that treat his wife like SHIT. And he wants to still play the same games he was playing before I moved in when he was single. He started, every time I look up, it's another flirtatious thing. It's another videos on his laptop. Oh, didn't want to get rid of those when he was out there doing all that he was doing. Fine, okay, I watch it. I'm nosy. But okay, now that we moving on, you still want to hold on to that? He thought that he could do what he wanted to do and call these people friends and hang, whether it was females or males, and do what he wanted to do because he was, it was his house. No matter, even though we got married, it was still his house. And then one time we get into it, come to find out after we got into it real bad, my daughter told me, I think of the day or two before that, if I'm not mistaken, he tried to talk to her, and she told me all about it. Okay, so more and more each time things went on, it was already over. It was just a matter of me not being able to leave. Okay, now officially when I said it out my mouth to him, like, and stood on it, was 2020 when I told y'all I didn't go back in the bedroom because he would get mad and put me out the bedroom. And then when he wasn't mad no more, he'd come out and say, come on in here. Like I'm some fucking 5-year-old and I'm supposed to just get up and go in the room and sit on the floor and play with my toys. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, I'm not coming in there right now, but he'll lock me out so I couldn't come get my clothes or whatever, my purse would be in there, stuff like that. So after that last time, I decided not to go back. Took all my stuff up out of there and slept in the recliner chair until it broke down 4 years later, okay? Now, in the process of this, I lose my mama in 2020. Now, all between up and down, there's ups and downs. And there be some, we could go 3, 4, sometimes 5 weeks without a glitch. He'd just be smooth. And you thinking he getting better. Me and his mama would sit there and say, oh, seems like he getting better. You're like, yeah. And that's when he'll break bad, go off and get drunk. Or it could be from any little question. It don't have to be like a particular thing that he did or something wretched or nothing like that. He was just that person, period. He left the life he did. He's a transactional person. He's the type of man that needs to just Netflix and chill with women. Need the money on the nightstand type of person, And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the way you are. Just be real with yourself. Why involve other people? Why pretend to be, you want to be the stand-up man, provider, protect, and all the while you flipping bills and robbing Peter to pay Paul and pretending and giving women money. That's why you ain't got all the money, and then you look for me or your mama to help out, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it was just me realizing he was just a piece of you know what, and in spite of the good things that he may have done for the own ulterior motive reasons, just like Satan have ulterior motives when he so-called bless people with these careers, and they sell their soul out for. I want to sell my soul out just to get the bare minimum from somebody until I can do better for myself to get on my feet. Because that's what it was starting to feel like. It was a temporary call to be able to do that because we're talking about not having no place to go back to or no place to go to because no money was saved. Didn't have three. I don't think it was 3 times the rent then. It could have been, but we're talking about 2016, 17, 18. But that's the point that I had the only income. But my daughter got her money. When she got a job, she finally got a job. We got a place together. My name was on the lease. I still stayed with Tony because I got to reap benefits. I didn't have to pay no bills. I gave my daughter money. I gave her half on the rent. I gave her $500 a month. And that money came from me getting for the kids. Because by me having custody of them, I got TANF at the time. My money that I was getting did not affect it. So I wasn't doing nothing wrong, wasn't lying about nothing. They knew everything that was going on. And I got that money for the kids. So I would give it to her for rent. Now, unless they needed shoes or whatever. And she was good about that. When she worked and get paid every 2 weeks, they was going to have their shoes or whatever. If I got money first and they needed a coat real bad or something, I'll get it and she'd give me money back. Or sometimes she wouldn't. We was like ride or die like that with each other. You know what I'm saying? I was doing everything that her man / baby daddy husbands or boyfriend, good boyfriends that want to really cuff her and marry her should have been doing. But that's another part of the story when we get to that. I'm basically just trying to give y'all a scenario of and understand that a deep dive about why we got here with Tony, why I treat him the way I do, why I do the skits about it. I make fun about it because the stuff that he's did has never made me feel like down and out and bad. The first thing when I've seen that when he was trying to talk to that girl at work and he was talking to her in real time after 26 days of being there, that was like an eye-opener, shocker, like, wow, this, I could see that had been 6 months down the line. And you kind of stop, like you getting tired of us and y'all still here and you this and you that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of expected that. I was hoping it didn't happen, but I knew we moved fast. We moved fast based off the fact that we knew each other back in the day. Knew and know is 2 different damn things. So y'all don't do the dumb shit I did. I hope you'll never get desperate enough or feel like you stuck in the spot where you have to like put yourself in that position due to you having kids or responsible for kids and stuff like that, you know. But I can say this experience in this marriage here has taught me how to choose my battles, taught me how to think better, how to look at people better, how to stand on what I believe in, based off what I see, what I've learned about them. Because never was there we working on it, It was just it was that period where we'll talk about it so we can get along. That's what it was for me. I never, from the time I seen him talking to that girl, 26 days after I got there, that was it for me. The only difference was each time he did something else happen, it made it even more strengthening for me to stand on it. How could I possibly want to rectify with somebody that want to cheat with a lesbian? How could I actually want to reconcile with somebody that's now trying to blame me for some shit that we already talked about and fixed just because you want to talk to an African lady and then you find out that the African lady really got a husband and she finessed you and trying to get your money? Because I'm looking at the text, I'm looking at everything she said, and it was all about money. How could I really trust that? I'm looking at you funny style, like, you know, just like we look at how we look at Wood and how Peach and who would want either one of them because we see, you know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. And then you try to talk to my daughter, my grown ass daughter, and then your friend gonna tell me what he told me she tried to talk to him. Now come on, y'all didn't seen Tony. And if y'all ain't seen Tony, let me know. Don't make me put a picture up. Please don't make me put a picture up. Why would my 20-something-year-old daughter, I don't even think she was 30 yet. She might have been real close to a 28, 29, something like that. But she wasn't, you know, she young. What the fuck she want his old bald head, gray ass, broke knee, drunk, just ugly. Come on, let's just keep it real. What young woman wants somebody like that? My daughter ain't like that. My daughter only had 2 boys, maybe 3, and you can't even count one because you know you're a teenager. My daughter ain't like that. She been with the same guy since like 2011, I believe. 2025. Shit. Could make me believe that one. So it was a wrap. No way. Touch me. Touch me. No. I stopped even letting that try to happen because, and that's just keep it real. Some men, it don't work no more. It just don't. And that was fine with me because I wasn't interested no way. So I was just trying to do my wifely duties in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, he paying the bills and I keep my check. I buy what I want. I go, I want to go play slots. I'm going to buy me an outfit. I ain't have to do nothing. I might be paying one little light bill or some shit like that. Or he took over the light bill and I did the cable. It was something like that. So for me to come from paying all my bills for years and years and years and years to go on to that and getting a house, brand new house, wasn't brand new built from the ground, but I'm just saying it was brand new. It was like a new start. Like I had so many benefits and relaxing. I had so much, off my shoulder, but I paid for that in losing my peace. I lost my peace and to be arguing or watching him argue with people, trying to stop people from jumping on him for being drunk. I didn't sign up for that. So yeah, that's why I say fuck them vows. And I say that with my chest. I don't care who wrote it, what they meant for anything. I would never, ever, ever, ever go back to that man. I don't want nothing to happen to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate him, but I sure don't like his ass. I tell you that much, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. I thank y'all for watching. If you missed any of the parts, 1 through now, this is 13. Y'all go ahead and catch up. It's in the playlist called Readyroxx Rebuild. Tonight I'll be live. I said that already. I'm just reminding y'all one more time. Go ahead and email me right now. Readyroxx55@gmail.com. I'm going to see y'all later tonight about 6 p.m. Central Time. And go check out my shorts. Go check out my long form videos.
Watch me rebuild my life one brick at a time. I'm on this journey, paving a new road from the grind. The Readyroxx rebuild, it's time to shine. I'm molding the past into tomorrow's gold. Crafting dreams, watch the story unfold. With every story, a phoenix ignites. The Readyroxx rebuild, reclaiming my life. Through trials and truth, I'm standing tall. Brick by brick, I'm rebuilding it all. With grace in my stride and fire in my heart, I'm rising again. Yeah, I'm ready for real. As I raise my grandkids and pass the flame, I teach them strength, not just my name. Building the future on the sturdy ground, with love in the walls and faith all around. No shortcuts, no shame, just real life wins. This is where my legacy truly begins. Oh, I'm molding the past into tomorrow's goal. Crafting dreams, watch the story unfold. With every story, a phoenix ignites. The Readyroxx rebuild, reclaiming my life. Through trials and truth, I'm standing tall. Brick by brick, I'm rebuilding it all. With grace in my stride and fire in my heart, I'm rising again. Yeah, I'm ready for real. It's more than a comeback, it's a rebirth. Proof that broken pieces can still hold worth. I don't need perfect, I need peace. And I found it in every video that I release. Molding the past into tomorrow's goal. Crafting dreams, watch the story unfold. With every story, a phoenix ignites. The Readyroxx rebuild, reclaiming my life.